Hi guys, this is Breaker, and we are showing off the best of talent between, in the eXeA's competitive teams. Today it looks like I'm going to be casting another game between Tydrokos and, in the upper left-hand corner here, and in the lower left, his opponent, MtlGuitarist. Something I try not to do, and I'm going to go ahead and just admit this right out. I made a mistake at one of the most critical engagements. I've already casted this. I'm not going to give you guys any spoilers, but I've already casted this. It's just that at the most critical point in the game, I misclicked and ended up observing absolutely nothing as I took away the, what's the word I'm looking for? I took away the borders by hitting Control W, like so. So basically, yeah, just before that happened, like, these all went, I was like, no, I missed it. So yeah. I'm a little curious to see how Tydrokos' PVT works out. I've only casted one game of him so far, playing against Terrans, and I'm hoping to finish up the rest of his excellently epic Terran versus Protoss replays today, and watch him munch down on some meaty players like MtlGuitarist here. That's not to say that every single replay that I cast of an eXeA member is them winning. But of course, they love to show off the games where they give out their best performance, and you know, there's really no exception to that. I mean, there's Dire Straight playing against Root Cats. That game was pretty good. He's played against them multiple times. There was also, I'm trying to think here, Hephaestus playing against FXO Desro. And these are their moments of glory, where they get to, they basically get to face off against these players who are paid to play. You know, it's the best part about it. But here we go, going into the analytical mode of this cast. We do have just a single gas and a single gateway. But of course, we've had gas here done for a while, and it looks like we're going to have enough gas harvested soon to make a Reaper from MtlGuitarist, which that is exactly what he does. Cybernetics core on the way for Tydro as well. There is a Zealot on the way as well, but it's just, I don't understand the point of making a Zealot, really, if your opponent, like the most effective early game harass unit your opponent can make is a Reaper. And on this map, I want to say that a double Rax all-in is extremely dangerous, simply given to the size and how many burped, just had dinner. It's extremely dangerous given the size of the map and the multiple different the multiple spawn locations on it. But here we go. The Reaper is instantly sent north. I do like this move because there's much more terrain for it to hop over. Well, there's only one spot for it to really hop over. And it looks like it's actually going to go straight up the ramp instead of hopping over anything. And it peppers a few shots off onto the Stalker that pops out. And some probes get pulled off the line for Tydro. Let's see how many that was. That was like 5. Okay. Just trying to net the Reaper, if you will. Trying to make it stop and get the Stalker to shut it down. If that had worked, that would have worked so well in favor of Tydro. But look at the hiding spot that we have for this Reaper. You know, it's kind of interesting. If you play with your health bars off, this is one disadvantage that you will have. Sometimes scenery in the game will actually block your vision of a unit if you don't have health bars activated. Reaper, of course, not getting anything valuable out of that engagement. The Zealot went out here and saw that Guitarist has not spawned here. And now it looks like, it's just a little hard to say where he's going to go from here, but the follow-up from MtlGuitarist was a single Rax Expo. Yes, and now he's adding on a reactor. And it looks like here, for the most part, we are going to see, what's the word I'm looking for? A Marine Medevac Marauder combo, and oh, this is actually pretty bad. If we just check the the resources lost, I know this is only Masters level play, not a pro game, not a pro tournament, but in a game at this level, the biggest thing that constitutes whether or not you win a game is a mistake, and a Reaper is a little bit more of map control. So with that, we saw MtlGuitarist lose just a teensy bit more map control. And with essentially no losses on the map, we see that Tydrokos now has a total of 28 probes as opposed to his opponent's 25 SCVs and 1 mule. Income is actually slightly better for Terran because of mules. but it's nothing to complain about. You know, Protosses can chrono out probes anytime they want. Forward bunker going down. Robotics facility is now on the way for Tydro. I do want to say that it's very interesting that it's about, let's see, how long ago were these gases thrown down? 30 seconds ago? 6 minutes, just before the 7-minute mark. And there it is, the tech up I was actually going to pose the question to. Twilight Council is now on the way, along with a forge. And now a mothership core. Question is, what exactly is Tydro going to use for vision? It looks like he's got observers on the way. Yes, this one is actually headed to the natural, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And we have 2 more on the way. I know you can never be too careful, but at the same time, you know, I think, you know, there are only 75 minerals and 25 gas, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? Let's check you out here, Mr. Robotics Bay, Mr. Robotics Facility. 25 minerals, 75 gas. I'm sorry, I got it backwards. Oh wow, and this one? Wait. I'm sorry. No, that was not a zealot that was that was a zealot that was taken down, not an observer. All right. Paying attention to what's in production right now. We have 4 Marines and 1 Marauder being cranked out at the same time. So right now it looks like we have MtlGuitarist not really overcommitting to anything. Tydro can see that there's no factory in the main, so perhaps to him this just screams out that his opponent is actually using that factory to do a scout, if you will. A scout tank. Tanky scout. There we go. And that is a lot of gateways being tacked on. I'm just a little curious as to, you know, with the kind of income that we see here, what is Tydro going to be doing with this? We see that now he's got charge on the way as opposed to blink. Interesting. And he's actually upgrading ground armor level 1, so it looks like he's got some kind of focus on zealots right now. And there's a double medevac drop actually headed towards the main of Tydrokos right now. He did have an observer in his opponent's natural, and he's got an observer actually right here, and ooh, the drop gets thwarted just in time. If MtlGuitarist had gone through with that, he would have actually lost, you know, at least one of the medevacs while they were unloading. More if Tydro had actually focused them down. And combat shields just now finishing up, about 20 seconds to go. And it looks like we're going to have some kind of double-pronged harass from MtlGuitarist. The biggest problem is just, I don't know, is Tydro going to be able to hold off against this? Because right now, I can see him having a spot to do this, but, oh, here it is. Oh, they're right over here. And they are unloading while we have some Marine Force that's poking into the natural. Photon overcharge over there on the Nexus taking care of that. And now we have the pylon. There's some stalkers being targeted down. And it looks like, yeah, these guys might not make it home alive. No. Okay, medevac got shot down by, the remaining 3 stalkers. And interesting, we have Cynex Storm being researched as well. And +2 armor? But for Terran, we have +2 infantry weapons, about 30% done. And, sorry, looks like that scouting factory is being dealt with. But what are the rest of these Marines at right now? Okay, +1 attack. +1 armor is now on the way. And now we have a couple more stalkers being tacked on. And something that MtlGuitarist can see is that a majority of his opponent's unit composition is just zealots. So maybe he's thinking that, maybe he's thinking that perhaps Tydrokos is going into Colossi. That is one way to look at it, possibly. But currently, we just seem to have, I think, everything that Tydro is putting his gas into would presently be, you know, High Templars, upgrades. We can see that +2 ground armor is actually about 40 seconds. No, am I reading this right? 30 seconds. 30 seconds away from finishing out. We got a bit of a skirmish going down here in the mid of the map. And does Tydro know about this third? He doesn't see it. He's probably not. He's not entirely oblivious to it, though. He's probably expecting it. And some cost-effective barracks units being disposed of. so far, I don't know what to make of this game. I want to give a huge shout out to Blizzard because like it seems like I'm never hearing the same song twice whenever I'm casting a Heart of the Swarm game. There we go, more supply depots going down. Looks like Guitarist, I don't know what he's tacking on these supply depots for. He does have Mobius Reactor on the way. That's Ghost Energy. And both sides are basically just teching up for the time being. We do have a High Templar here in the main mineral line, basically for defensive purposes. I kind of like that move. Oh, but here it is, a drop that is getting shut down slowly but surely. Looked like, no, feedback did not go down on the medevac, but I don't think, oh man. Yeah, it's not getting home, and that just did not look pretty at all. You can see the blood on the ground from that. And now Tydro is at 152 supply. Look at how many zealots there are here, 23. And is +3 armor ready? No, but it's about 160 seconds away, 2 minutes away. And that is just a lot of zealots from what we can see here. That's an ocean of zealots. And I think we see a 120-something supply MtlGuitarist that's going to have trouble holding here, especially when the Psionic Storms go off here, and we see the entire Terran army just melting. The EMPs got out just a little bit too late. And now we see MtlGuitarist struggling to hold against this. It's 80 supply to 150, and I just don't see him holding against this. Archon morphing just at the bottom of the ramp, trying to stop any reinforcements from coming in. The question is just when are we going to see GG? It is now from MtlGuitarist. He has left the game, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so if you guys liked what you saw, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. It's that red button on the right side of your screen. It should have been flashing this entire cast. Once again, guys, this has been Breaker. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.